Welcome everybody to the Every Couple of Days show with George Mokoena. And as the name suggests, my name is George Mokoena. Gotta apologize for my voice, folks. Seems that it's enjoying December a bit too much. A person who isn't enjoying December that much and is here with us is the leader of the band ZTS, Zweli. How you doing, bro?
I'm still fine. Without light, you can't see black. Because black is made up of red, blue, and yellow. Somehow. Don't ask me how. And you can't see any color without light. Making black a color. Which is different from darkness, because that's not a color, which means darkness is not black. I think I just blew my mind.
And that's why you love him. As usual, folks, we start off our show with the lighter, the brighter side of life. And this past weekend, we celebrated maybe the warmest and fuzziest day of the year. Jesus Christ, no, not that one. We did this last week. That's better. We celebrated Jesus Christ's birthday. A day that must have taken Joseph through all of his emotions. Happiness because obviously a child is on the way. And then a bit of anxiety because he had to wait to see whether the baby was going to look like his neighbor Tom or God. Either really gullible or extremely blessed. Now, with birth being the theme of the day, Gauteng didn't disappoint.
In total, Gauteng, 214 babies born on Christmas Day around facilities in Gauteng.
That's right, 214 mothers received the gift that just won't stop crying. That's not even mentioning the babies. What's great about the timing of these births is that unlike the rest of us, we have to budget for a kid's birthday and also a Christmas gift. These people get to save by doing both on one day. What a great thing in Ramaphosa's economy. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Every Couple of Days show with Zweli. Hey man, I need a little hype me up.
I'm betting, but
Let's go.
who's the president? Cyril? Who? Cyril? What you got to say to Cyril?
Hey baby, pile my wings.
Hey, yo.
Okay, I'm ready. Welcome to the Every Couple of Days show with Zweli.
You know, Mzansi, here at the Every Couple of Days show, we've taken the liberty, on your behalf, to comb through all of the news and find you the fattest, plumpest story sheet. Then, our expert group of uncle writers come with their knives, slit his throat, collect all the blood into a bowl and set it aside, and proceed to expertly remove the wool from the body and hang it up to dry. While it's drying, they set about the task of opening it up, gently removing the nyoko so that the tripe is not bitter. Then cutting it into segments, sending it off so that we can bring you the succulent, home-cooked, slightly purple because Auntie Maria made her beetroot again and you know how that goes on the plate. Segment that is.
And then...
Oh no, it's true. A lot of white people are pretty confused right now. And then, it turns out that Alexa, Amazon's wildly popular virtual assistant, can't always be trusted to give you the best advice.
A woman says Alexa gave her 10-year-old daughter some dangerous advice. She says that the young girl used her Echo Smart speaker to ask Alexa for a challenge to do, and Alexa suggested the girl attempt a challenge that it had found on the web, to plunge in a phone charger halfway into a wall outlet, then touch a penny to the exposed prongs.
I keep telling y'all that these machines will eventually kill us. Luckily, the girl got away unharmed. I miss the good old days, when your devices weren't telling you 1,001 ways to kill yourself, but they were just listening in on your conversations and giving us ads about them. No, that's not what I meant by adult magic wand, Alexa. I was watching Harry Potter. And then, scientists in Chile have figured out a way to have chickens grow dinosaur legs. The experiment was first done in 2016 and they were able to manipulate the chicken genes, allowing them to grow tubular dinosaur-like fibulas in their legs. Personally, I'm all for this. Regular chicken was great. Then they did the buffalo thing and leveled up. So now, I cannot wait for that streetwise Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's going to be amazing. And then, everybody knows that the ANC is going through a bit of a rough patch right now. Plenty of questions are starting to be asked of President Cyril Ramaphosa and what he means for the ANC. So much so that the ANC have started to look around, assess their options. And some people are looking to a man who's known for doing a lot of saving. I mean, he saved Sundowns. He's currently in the process of saving the Confederation of African Football. That's right, the ANC is going to be looking to Patrice Motsepe to lead the party. And members are saying they want him because, unlike all the regular politicians, he has no ties within the ANC and can be a bit objective. Apart from the fact that he's a known donor of the ANC and other campaigns within the ANC, and that tiny little inconvenience that Patrice Motsepe's sister just so happens to be the current First Lady and wife of President Cyril Ramaphosa. It's very small. It's very small. But we all know why these ANC members want Patrice Motsepe to step in. If Rand billionaire Cyril Ramaphosa can kick in his own money to pay some of the salaries in the ANC, imagine what Forbes list dollar billionaire Patrice Motsepe can kick in when he digs into those pockets and provides wages and salaries. That could last for a very long time. And then, Her Majesty, the Queen of England, found herself in a spot of bother this weekend while celebrating Christmas. Queen Elizabeth was enjoying a low-key Christmas Day at Windsor Castle when an intruder broke in armed with a crossbow. Has to be the most English thing I've heard. The man was eventually caught and taken into custody. I, for one, would love to thank the guys over at Marvel, Kevin Feige and his team. How did you guys convince the Queen to take part in quite possibly the best post-credit scene ever? Hawkeye breaking into Windsor Castle. Amazing. And the Queen, I didn't even know she liked Marvel. I always took her as a DC gal. And then, the JMPD had one of their branded vehicles stolen this past week in Soweto. The police were responding to a complaint of a tent that had been erected in the middle of the road. And while they were interviewing residents, the suspects got into the car and drove away with it. The car was found 3 hours later, abandoned and in a damaged state. The police have confirmed that fingerprints have been taken and a docket has been opened. The most shocking thing about this, for me, is 3 hours. Our SAPs worked for 3 hours investigating something and then also took fingerprints. I didn't even know it was possible. But if this investigation goes like any of the investigations that SAPs is part of, the conclusion is going to be the same. Did you find the vehicle? Yes. Were the suspects there? No. Manje ufuna senzeni. And that's if the docket doesn't disappear between now and then. And then, if one of your dreams was to have dinner with President Cyril Ramaphosa, the ANC has made it possible. All for the small fee of 1.2 million rand. Yikes. This is part of the ANC's efforts to try and raise some funds in order to cover the recent broke phase they've been going through. And don't worry, if 1.2 million is too expensive for you, there are different tiers of this offering. For example, for 1 million rand, you could sit next to the man, the myth, the legend himself, David D.D. Mabuza, and ask him to explain some of the more complex things of government to you.
With regards to the first and the second and the third, That's a new question which we can explore.
Madam Speaker,
There's no something like
point
that.
of order.
What is your point of order?
I really want to impress upon you, Deputy President. Do not come to Parliament to speak about the things when you don't understand them.
It ought to be fun. Another example, for those who can't hit 7 figures, is that just for 95,000 Rand, you could sit next to Uncle Gwede. Or if you're really cheap, you could skip every single level and go down to the 5,000 Rand offering. Where, sure, you're sitting at the back, you have random ANC people around you, but you get to brag about breathing the same corrupt air as the ANC lead. It may rub off on you. May even win a 10. And then, potholes are a huge problem in South Africa. And in an effort to curb this problem, the city of Johannesburg has decided to embark on creating a digital twin of the city. This 3D model would take every complaint and map it out so they know exactly where to go and how to plan for fixing those problems. Which is great, but there are a few issues. One, the staff is already struggling with Microsoft Office and Chrome and those things. So you propose to give them more technology to deal with? Don't know how that's going to work out. Number 2, the current system is almost always down. So your solution is to implement a program that's going to be even more resource intensive. Will it ever be up? And number 3, the process from reporting an issue to having it fixed is already long enough. So you want to add a whole new step to try and make that more efficient? So I report it, then somebody has to map it in a 3D world, and only then does planning start to fix it? I don't know. I'm not feeling pretty confident about that. But I have to give it to the city of Joburg. So committed are they to disappointing us that they've thought ahead and figured out a way to provide that same premium disappointment in Mark Zuckerberg's metaverse. I mean, genius.